Hi friend, and welcome to Yoga with Sarah Trapani. Today's practice is a well-rounded, all levels, full body flow to move the whole body when you only have a little bit of time. And we're squeezing in our yoga practice today. Great job getting on your mat. I'll see you there. So we're going to start right in downward facing dog. So find this downward dog with knees bent at first so you can really search for that length and lift of your lower back. Fanning your fingers wide and letting your head shake out a little bit. You can then pedal your feet out, wake up the backs of the legs, and check in with how you're feeling today. Tuning into the flow of your breath and pausing to set an intention for this practice. Maybe that intention is receptivity or health, strength, resilience, whatever you want to cultivate today. Let that help inspire your effort. As you inhale, let's drift into plank, spread through the chest. Lift your belly. As you exhale, squeeze your elbows in, come down all the way onto chaturanga, coming down onto your belly. Take your feet flat. Squeeze the shoulder blades on the back for a baby cobra. Inhale, spread the chest. Exhale, press the ground away. Tuck the toes as you slide the hips back through child's pose. Then lift the knees and come on up to downward dog. And let's do that 2 more times to warm up the whole body. Inhale, drifting forward, soft knees, soft elbows. Exhale, lower all the way down, chaturanga. Feet are flat for a cobra pose. Inhale, tops of feet root. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back, child's pose, hips to heels. Then lift the knees up to downward dog. Once more, inhale, plank. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, gliding through to cobra. Exhale through child's pose, toes tucked. And then right up to downward dog. Now stretch that right heel high, straight up and back into 3-legged dog. Draw that left hip and thigh bone back. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Tented fingers help give you space to step that right foot through. We're going to come up into high lunge so that back heel is lifted. The left hip is rolling forward. So the hips are square toward the front of your mat. We'll have our hands on the hips. We're going to drop that left knee down and then just straighten both legs and lift that left heel. Bend down, drop your tail, straighten and lift. Bend down, drop your tail, and then straighten and lift. Exhale, drop, and then sweep your arms forward and up into high lunge. Knit your ribs in, and then press that left heel toward the ground. Reach forward, plant your palms, and step right to downward dog. Find that exhale all the way out through the tail. And then stretch that left heel high for 3-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, lightly step that left foot through. Drop your tail and we'll come up into high lunge. Hands on the hips. Nose is right over navel. We're going to drop that back knee down and then lift, straighten both legs. That right heel lifts up. And then bend. The right heel drops. The right knee drops. And then lift. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Sweep the arms forward and up into high lunge, lifting up the base of the skull toward the sky. The ribs draw to the center, the biceps hug to the center, midline. And let's inhale. And as you exhale, press that right heel down and reach your hands forward, planting your palms. Step back to downward dog. Finding that long, slow exhale to hollow the belly. Then flow into a gentle plank. Bring your knees down when you exhale, hips to heels. Come to child's pose. Tented fingers, slide your right foot through. Keep the back toes tucked, and let's come up into crescent lunge. Finding a back bend. And we're going to inhale, open the arms to a T. Exhale, belly in, and press the palms together. Let's flow through that. Inhale, open, big open circle. Exhale, press. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, press. One more inhale, sweep. Exhale, press. Release your hands to frame that front foot. Lift that left heel, spin the left heel down, and straighten your right leg all the way. We'll keep lifting up through the crown, looking forward, and then take your right hand on your back. Drag your right shoulder away. Turn a little bit to the right. Doesn't have to be a full revolved triangle. If you're able to have the right leg straight, great. Or it could be a little micro bend. And we'll inhale, and we'll exhale, bend that right knee, plant your palms, step right back into three-legged dog, or just right to downward dog if that felt better. And we'll roll into a plank. Either modify it to your knees or lower down, chaturanga, as you exhale. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Just a breath in downward dog, dropping your heels down, stretching the side ribs from pinkies straight to the deep hip creases. And then float into your plank. Bring your knees down, exhale, child's pose, tented fingers. Then lift your belly, slide your left foot through. We're going to come right up into crescent lunge. Back toes tucked. Inhale, open, big open T. Exhale, press. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, press. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, press. Release your hands to frame that front foot. Lift your right thigh. Spin that right heel down. Straighten that left leg all the way. Lift the base of the skull away from the tail. And then right fingertips stay on the ground. Left hand can come onto the back. It's okay if that back heel pops up a little bit. If you're able to keep pressing it down, try for that. And just have your left hand on your back. You can look down at your foot or you can look to the left. Inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, plant your palms, slide that left heel up to three-legged dog, or you could just come back to downward dog. And then we're going to roll our way into a plank. Come all the way down onto your belly. Take this time to bend your knees and reach around for the tops of your feet. Or you could just take locust pose, straight arms and legs. But if you can, catch your feet in your hands, kick your feet in your hands, hands pressed to the feet. Dhanurasana. Big full inhale, spread your chest. Exhale, let's release. Palms under elbows. Come back into a wide-legged child. Arms extending, take a big stretch back. Forehead to floor. Exhaling out, tuning into your breath, tuning into your heartbeat. Leaving anything you want to release away in the floor, into your mat. Pressing through the top of your feet. Start to drop the tail, pull your belly in, and roll up to sit. Squeeze the shoulder blades on the back. Take your hands into imaginary back pockets. Lift your hips. Spread your chest. Look up into that camel pose variation. We're going to inhale. Exhale back to neutral. Take your hands to heart center. Start to sit over to the right and using your core to swing the legs around. Then reach your hands forward. Reach, reach, reach. Grab your toes. Fold in Paschimottanasana. Gently melting over the thighs. Spreading your chest toward your feet. Big full inhale into the back ribs. Exhale, drop your elbows toward the floor and move into the pose a little more. And dropping your tail slowly, make your way down onto your back. So as you arrive on your back, you can get comfortable if you want to put on your clothing, your socks, your blankets, whatever makes you feel supported. It's quite cold down here, actually. So I'm going to put my sweater on. Let's hug the knees in. Let's hug the knees toward the body. Give yourself a gentle hug, massaging out your back. And we'll take our arms on the insides of the knees, reach around for the outside edges of the feet or ankles, and the soles of feet face the sky. Press your lower back toward the floor. Tuck the chin a little bit to feel some length through your neck. Let those shoulder blades drop down. And then keep the happy baby legs. Interlace your hands behind your head and take a sit up, trying to bring your elbows to your shins to your elbows. Give a nice press. And then release the feet mat width distance apart. Let your knees knock in. Take a cactus arm and we'll do some windshield wipers, side to side, massaging out, wringing out your back. Take a nice full inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out. And then let your knees come into touch for constructive rest. We're going to rest the hands either on your belly or on your ribs. If you feel better extending your legs out straight, you could do that. We'll take a brief final meditation. Relaxing your jaw, you could circulate your lower jaw to unclench and release any tension there. Let the entire face soften, forehead, eyebrows, jaw, sides of the neck and shoulders. And emanating a sense of compassionate peace inside yourself, toward yourself, so that the internal wells are able to refill in a way that can then overflow out into the world. And then you can offer it outward. Wishing all beings everywhere peace and contentment. And finding a gratitude practice for anything and all you have to be grateful for today, letting that shift your energy field. You can remember your intention or any insight that you want to take with you today. And we'll start to heel toe the feet a little closer together. Press through the feet and pick up the hips for a moment, engage your gluteals, and then lay your lower back down and hug both knees in. In a gentle way and with your intention in mind, slowly roll to either side and press up to sit. Arriving back in an upright seat, let's interlace the fingers, resting the palms in the lap for a moment. Thanking yourself for showing up today on the mat, taking this time to nourish yourself and care for yourself. And I'm wishing you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing. As always, I so appreciate your presence here. Drop me a comment, let me know how you're doing. Like this practice, you can share, you can subscribe, and you can also hit that super thanks button, and that supports my efforts, which is so appreciated. And I look forward to our next practice. Keep it up. Take care. Bye-bye.